Today's episode for Let's Talk About It is going to look a little different. You see, we wanted to take you on a little journey with each one of us to show you something that means a lot to us during this Christmas season. So come along with us and experience a little bit of Christmas through our eyes. Welcome back to Let's Talk About It, and like I had said earlier, we're going to do something a little different for this Christmas episode. So right now I'm in the home of my parents and I'm here with someone very special to me. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Sherry Lingenfelder. I'm Kelly's aunt, her favorite aunt.
Yes. Keep it on the down low.
Yeah, we try. And we both were born on March 8th, on my 21st birthday, so she's pretty special to me as well.
Best gift you ever got?
Okay.
Come on. So today I wanted to bring you here because we do a lot of things together. We love to hang out together, actually, and I really appreciate that about our relationship.
Yep.
We've done Black Friday shopping together. She even bought us special shirts for this year. We've done bingo together. What other things?
Lots of times with bingo. Baking cookies, for sure.
Baking cookies and watching movies. Let me just say, I picked good ones.
Not so much.
Not so much her. But we're here today to bake cookies. And do you remember the first time that we ever did this?
I don't think I do.
Okay, so I think the first time that we ever did it was at Legetta's with my grandmother, who owned Legetta's at the time. And the reason that we did it was to learn from her. Because she's a good cook. Not knowing she has some little strange things about cooking that we weren't aware of.
Right. For sure.
So the one that was the strangest to me is the one we're going to do today. So we're going to bake chocolate chip cookies. And I know you may think, oh, that's a boring one. Well, it is, but it's a staple for Christmas to have a chocolate chip cookie.
These are our chocolate chip cookies.
These are our chocolate chip cookies.
Not grandma's.
Not grandma's, yeah. I do think one mistake that we made is probably not writing down what she had said, because I honestly don't remember now.
We don't have her recipes at all.
We don't. And that's sad because she really did have some great recipes.
Actually, the first time I met your grandma was on Christmas Eve down at her house when she had this beautiful tray of cookies and she had baked them. Oh. Like with little strawberries on and things.
Yes, I remember the
and
strawberry
I thought, I need to learn how to make those cookies.
Yeah, and we didn't.
We never did.
Her coconut cream pie, I still wish someone had that recipe. Her cheesecake.
We were both blessed with having grandmas that did baking and allowed us to be in the kitchen while they were doing it.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I would say I didn't really get that gifting. You did, thankfully. She has made some great stuff too. But we're going to do the chocolate chip cookie because we have a really funny story with this chocolate chip cookie. We asked her that day in the kitchen, so how is your chocolate chip cookie so good? What makes it so good? And she's like, oh, Kelly. Didn't she talk?
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly. It's on the back of the Toll House cookies.
It's just a recipe from the back of the bag.
Yeah. And we're like, really? Then why is it? We felt like it tasted so good.
Because we've tried that.
Yeah.
Didn't know.
And we're like, no, it can't be. So we're watching her put it together, and I think it says on the back of the bag 2 eggs. And so we see her put the 1 egg in, the 2nd egg, and then wait, hold up, she put a 3rd egg in. Was it 1 extra? I think it was 1 extra.
I think it was 1 extra.
But she put an extra egg in, so we're like, well, wait a second. Graham, that's not on the recipe, so no. And she's like, oh yeah, I just add an extra. And then
we stepped away to get the cookie sheets, and out of the corner of our eye, see she's pouring oil in the batter.
Yes.
And I'm like, your grandma just snuck oil in there.
Yeah. And we're like, no, that's not part of the recipe. So you had to really watch her because she was adding things that were not on the bag. But what it did is it did really make a fantastic chocolate chip cookie. And I can't give you the recipe, sorry.
Because we don't know it.
Because we don't know it.
Still.
But it was a fun memory with her that I will always cherish. And And I'm so glad that we have some great memories too.
For sure.
Making cookies. I think another thing when we make cookies is, and we're gonna have a picture that we're gonna share, that the one year we filled my dining room table with so many cookies. I don't know what we were thinking.
We even had them on the breakfast bar.
We did.
And added pumpkin logs.
Yes. My body couldn't take it. I don't know about you, but the next day,
it's like, nap time.
I couldn't walk.
Right.
So we made all these cookies, and then we were like, I don't want to try them.
No.
We didn't want to taste.
That's the thing. Once you're done baking them, it's like, okay, enough of that already. You
Yeah.
don't even want to see them. It's the next day that you get caught up in it.
Yeah. So now we're going to put the cookies in the oven to bake for 9 minutes. All right, so here's our chocolate chip cookies, and they look yummy. I love when they come right out of the oven. That really is the best time to me to eat them if I'm willing in the moment.
If you're going to eat it.
But, I would encourage you, find someone that you can sit down with during Christmas and create memories with, because it really is special and it's something you can take with you for a lifelong.
Right, it's a lifelong memory, for sure.
So when we return, you're going to see Teresa take you on a little journey with one of her favorite Christmas memories.
This segment is brought to you by Harry's Construction, whose motto is, "If you can dream it, we can create it." They are the kitchen and bath design experts, so call Harry's Construction for all your remodeling needs.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Breathe easier with oxygen from Dick's Home Care. Oxygen concentrators give you a continuous oxygen supply at home. Oxygen cylinders supply oxygen without power. And portable oxygen frees you to go. Dick's Home Care technicians will set your oxygen up and make sure you know how to use it. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Miller home. Currently we have 2 dogs in the bedroom, a sleeping baby in one room, and a son down in the basement who is randomly doing riffs on a guitar. So no guarantees of how this is going to turn out for you guys, but today I am very honored to have my newest member of the Miller family with me. This is Mung, she's my daughter-in-law, and I want to talk to her a little bit about this Christmas, what this Christmas means to her, being new to the Miller family. So Mung, how long have you been in the United States?
Wow, the first time I came here is 2009. And think I spent maybe roughly 2 years between 2009 and now in China, where I'm originally from. But other times I basically stay in the United States. So more than 10 years.
Right. So you were here working?
Yes.
Okay. And
both studying and working.
Studying and working by yourself?
Yeah.
You came here alone?
Yeah.
Do you have family in the United States?
No, no, not until now.
Not until you got us, right?
Yes.
Because really you are the newest member of the Miller family. You are newer than my grandson Lincoln, who was born in May.
Ah,
and
okay.
you married Cody in June. So you truly are the
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes,
Wow.
Yes. So that being said, like what did you do all the other years that you were in the United States at Christmas time?
Oh, well, the Christmas normally happens in the winter break. I spent like many years in university as an international student. So winter break is the time for me to rest and catch up with my study. Sometimes I travel, but mostly I read and write, just do my schoolwork, prepare for the next year. Sometimes there are activities to participate, but I'm an introvert, and I probably won't go. So I just spend it as a just normal day for myself.
Yeah. So no, you didn't spend
or with my roommate to cook something and
but
watch
not
a
a
movie.
big huge deal.
No, not at all. Not here. Perhaps because it's a time that most students go back home,
Yes.
and we don't have a lot of people on campus, and I almost always live on campus. So not a lot of people, not a lot of activities. I just spend it as a normal day.
So, like moving forward, did you ever see yourself in the position that you're in today, married to really an all-American boy that is, I mean, when they look at you two side by side, you're clearly different. Like he's a musician, the whole thing, and now you're part of this American family, and this is your first time being in my home. Like, how do you feel about that?
I think I'm still adjusting to the new role. For my first time to be someone's wife, and my first time to be a part of American family. So there is, I mean, it's just, this is something, this is a big deal for any woman, I think, just joining a family. But for me, there's especially the cultural difference to handle. But I think I've got a lot of support from my husband Cody and the whole like Miller family. I recognize like my husband is a very, very American boy, and he's a musician, he's very artistic. I think deep down we are the same. We're driven by passion, and we work very hard for things we really love. So yeah, I think I found a soulmate, and that cured a lot of my like loneliness in a different culture, and now I'm embraced by a bigger family, and this is the first time that I'm not spending Christmas the whole holiday season actually as an international student or a visiting scholar. Yeah, this is my first time to celebrate it with family, so this is really big.
Because when Cody said he was bringing you home to our home for the first time for the holidays, we were so excited, Mom, to have you in our house. We were so excited, and honestly, then even up to the moment you came, we're running through the house like trying to make sure that we can get everything as perfect as we can, because first impressions, and we just wanted you to feel welcome, and we wanted you to see what Christmas is for an American family with the trees, and just that's who we are. That's what we love, you know. My daughter Kaylee's same way. We just love everything about Christmas. We love the lights. We love the gifts. We love the trees. We love all of that. And we wanted you to be able to experience that. So I am so glad that you got to come home to our home for Christmas. And I want to assure you of one thing. You're in now. You're in the Miller clan, and you are never, ever going to be alone for Christmas ever again.
Oh, thank you.
You're grafted in.
Very heartwarming.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you guys for being with me at my home today and with Hmong. And honestly, every nation, tribe, and tongue has their own rituals and their own things that they do for holidays. But the one thing that should never, ever, ever change, and the one thing that should always be the same, is the way we love one another. So with that, I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year to everybody out there. Be safe, and truly, I love you all. Bye.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
Next time on Man Up, we'll have Micah Klaus, and we'll be discussing young men being men of God.
The ministry that I work with is called Jubilee Ministries, and they really promote just a chaplain with a Bible to share the gospel. And so that takes a few different forms: counseling, one-on-one, Bible studies with a group, and then going cell to cell, block to block to pray with men, get to know them.
All that and more on the next episode of Man Up.
Merry Christmas, everybody. I love Christmas, and I love a good story, especially when it's true. When John and I were first married and we pastored Westside Christian Church in Morristown, Tennessee, there was another Christian church in town called First Christian Church, and Charlie and Louise Ridlin were the pastor and wife there, and they loved us well and mentored us. And gosh, we spent almost every Sunday night at Shoney's. After church, we'd come out of church and their car would be sitting there and we'd hop in their car and go to Shoney's. And this is a picture of Louise right here. She was one of my best friends ever. And when Charlie and Louise were first married, Louise she didn't ever want a Christmas tree. She only wanted a nativity set, which she didn't have. And they didn't have two nickels to rub together. They were poor and broke and pastoring a little church, and he was working in foster care. And so she saw in the window of a store a nativity set that she loved, but they didn't have the money for it. And then after Christmas, Charlie was walking by that store, and they had that nativity set on sale, and he bought it for her. And that was what she set up every single year. And I remember being at her house and seeing it, and it was just precious to her. And when she died, guess what had the Collins name on it? The nativity set. And I just noticed, I've never seen written here, it says 1961, $19.95, and that is scratched out, and it was down to $15. And if I know Charlie, he probably got it for less than that, because that's just the way he was. But all of this is precious to me, and I set it up every year. Now, one of the things that's real special to me is the fact that I know her hands have touched this, that she has very lovingly packed every year her nativity set. And these papers are from her house. And this nativity set is exactly like she had it. And the first year that I set it up, I left it up until like July, because it just meant so much to me that she thought of us. And she wrote our name on it and lovingly packed it up. And every year, you know, I take out all of the pieces and I look at them and I think, oh, every year Louise absolutely loved getting this nativity set out. And now every year I will do the same thing. And I think we need to remember, and this is all hand painted too, we need to remember that everything we do impacts people. I know that I have been prayed for by Louise Ridlin. I hope that some of the people that I pray for now know, because I have told them, because I have loved them. And friends, what better time than the time of Jesus being born to let people know how much you love them. I really enjoy doing Let's Talk About It, and I hope you're blessed by it. But what I really hope is, if we're friends, I hope that you know that I love you. I see you. You mean something to me, and you are prayed for. So Merry Christmas, you guys, and we'll see what the new year brings this year, huh? It'll be interesting, won't it? And now we're actually going to switch back to the studio, and you're going to hear all three of us talk about some real special memories at Christmas time.
Next time on Let's Talk About It, we will discuss accepting help from others, and we will also be sharing our goals for the new year.
Concept in the Bible that
That's right.
we are to have others come alongside of us and help us, encourage us, and carry the burdens for us at times. You know, for me too, if I know that it's not in my wheelhouse, I am absolutely gonna try to find someone else.
All that and more on Let's Talk About It.
Hello, I'm Troy Ferguson, the Executive Director for the program you're watching right now. I want to begin by telling you how thankful I am that you have faithfully watched this show. Our desire is to bring solid, faith-based local programming to our region. As we pray about topics to discuss, our desire is to inform, entertain, and even challenge you week in and week out. Our hosts bring honest and at times even raw approaches to our discussions. You've seen the hosts not always agree, and there may have even been times that you don't agree with the hosts or the guests. To be honest, we wouldn't want it any other way. As a matter of fact, we'd love to hear from you on your perspective on the discussion topics. Our desire is to be as interactive as possible when it comes to our discussions. You can always ask questions or post comments on the Join the City Facebook page or even on our YouTube channel. Or you can send them directly to me at troy@jointhecity.org. You are probably aware that everything on television has a cost. And even if you have an online channel, it requires production costs. We appreciate a few businesses who have faithfully supported us through advertising over the past several years. But we need more of you to advertise in the coming year so we can continue to bring you the programming we feel God has given us to produce. If you are interested in the different levels of advertising, to include things like full commercials, partial commercials, closed captioning sponsorships, please contact me at troy@jointhecity.org. Lastly, you and I both know that there are many worthy causes and nonprofit organizations in our community asking for donations, and I'm not trying to take the place of any of those, so I'm hesitant to even ask this. But if your business or organization has finances available for a nonprofit to close out the end of the year, we would be honored if you would consider us. Again, thank you for your ongoing support. We look forward to bringing you more faith-based programming in 2025. I pray for God's blessings on you and your family for the coming year.
Welcome back to Let's Talk About It, and we just took you on a journey with things that are special to us during the Christmas season. And so for this last part, I just wanted us to come together and talk about some of our favorites during the Christmas season. And so we're gonna start with my favorite thing, Christmas cookies. So what's your favorite Christmas cookie?
Like making them, decorating them,
Eating them.
Okay, 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 all right.
Eating them.
All right.
I will bake them, but eating them.
Okay, okay.
So what's your favorite?
I don't have one favorite. I don't. My grandmother used to make it was a date ball. A date ball, that's what it was. That, and I've made it several times, but that'd have to be my favorite, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had something like
Oh, they're delicious.
I'm very boring because I am a flat out chocolate chip gal.
Yes.
And I love no bakes, and I can have
Oh,
those.
yeah.
I just love, I mean, you could have those any time of the year,
Yeah.
but I usually just get them at Christmas, but I love those.
Yeah.
They're
The
my
date balls are like that too. You don't bake those. You just cook them in a pan
Yeah.
and then roll it in coconut. So yeah, they're really good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Mine is either the wedding ball.
Oh yes.
I love those. Or my gram always made the best chocolate covered Rice Krispie treats. And sadly, we do not have the recipe because hers were different than the norm.
Okay.
And hers were the best.
Oh, made with love.
Yes. Yes. So during Christmas, do you guys watch Christmas movies?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
what's
Wonderful Life is
that's the one you
our
have to watch?
go-to.
Wonderful
Yeah.
Life?
Yeah.
So I have one that everybody knows. I love watching A Christmas Story. I know it is so stupid, but I love it. I hate the elf. I hate the elf. I'll probably get stoned out in public, but I hate that movie. It's so dumb, but I love A Christmas Story. But there's also one that's kind of off everybody's radar. It's called The Ultimate Gift, and I love that movie.
I've never seen that.
That is a great movie. It's an older movie. I mean, not old.
Like
Not in the
90s,
50s, but
probably.
it's in the 90s, yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Is it like
that
a
is really
Hallmark
good.
movie?
It could be,
It could be.
but it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
No.
No,
I'll
it's
have to
not
look
a
it up.
Hallmark. It's just one of those feel-good movies, though.
Well,
It's-
yes
it's
and
sad.
no. It is.
Oh,
I
my
love the
gosh,
movie,
it's
though.
so
I love the
sad.
concept.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll have to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Home Alone.
Oh.
But specifically the second one, because I love the setting in New York.
Mm.
And so there's something about that I just really love, and then the Santa Claus. So I'm kind of more the 90s.
Uh-huh.
You know, Hallmark always has some good ones too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, they do.
that's my favorite.
Yeah.
So if we move to Christmas carols, what's your favorite Christmas carol?
Feliz Navidad.
Is it?
Really?
When I hear that anywhere, I just get happy.
It's Christmas, yeah,
happy.
makes you smile.
Feliz Navidad. I just love it. But on
awesome.
a more serious note, I do like Mary Did You Know, even though it,
I like that
I
song,
just
yeah.
think it's very powerful and yeah, I like it.
This is an old one. Let there be peace on earth. We sang that at Christmas Eve services when I was a kid, and yeah, I love that one. What's
For me,
yours?
Carol of the Bells is one of my
Oh, uh-huh.
favorites. I love that song. Every time I hear it, it just puts me in the
Right.
Christmas mood. And then maybe Silent Night.
Yeah,
is
Silent
something
Night's
a little
way
bit
up there.
slower. Yeah. But I love listening to all the
Me too.
Christmas music. And,
Me too.
But there is a certain time for me to put it on. And then I kind of am like, okay, now I'm done. You know, like you can only listen to it
Yeah.
for
Right.
so long.
Right.
And then, okay, we got to turn this
Years
off.
ago, there was a children's choir that sang for Focus on the Family, and they must have put out an album, or maybe it was a whole story or something like that, a drama of some kind. But the kids, this little girl sang Happy Birthday, Jesus. And it's a whole song that is very sweet and tender, and I love that song.
Yeah, it is sweet.
Yeah.
Last question. What was one of the best gifts that you ever received?
Oh, yeah.
When I was a little girl, I wanted an outfit from a boutique uptown, like 5 blocks from my house, Mary Ellen's. I just knew at a very young age that stuff was like high quality.
Aww.
But I never got a chance. Nobody ever bought it for me. And one year, my older brother, bought me an outfit from Mary Ellen's, and it is something that if I saw it on a rack today, I would buy it because it was like my style.
That's awesome.
And I just,
I like that
Neat.
story.
I do too.
my
I
big
love
brother
that.
bought it for me.
How about you, Arlene?
I wear it every day, this ring. I got when I was 13 years old. My grandparents gave it to me. And yeah, I wear it every day. Yep.
I have a dollhouse that my parents had built, and it has wallpaper.
They built it?
They had it built.
Got it. But
And
I mean, it's
It has lights in it and furniture, and it's very special to me. It's in my mom's house because it's too big for me to put anywhere, but it is mine. So that would be my favorite.
How old were you when you got it?
I think I was probably like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty special. That's a little bit about our favorite story in the Christmas season, and we just wanted to bring you into our lives and share a little bit of what Christmas means to us. So this is the crew. These are the guys that make this show for us. And we would just like to say,
Merry Christmas!
from Let's Talk About It.